My name is Todd Rockoff. I'm the Executive Director of the HDCCTV Alliance, and I'm delighted to be here in Trassier's booth to discuss the advantages of HDCCTV technology for surveillance.
So the main idea is how to move this information to some people which not understand the difference between the HDCCTV and the IP surveillance, because this is like some competition. Of course, mainly they understand that HDCCTV is no delay than you getting video from the camera. But what else?
Okay, so before I address that specific question, let me address the context. You're talking about HDCCTV versus IP surveillance. That distinction is a little bit off base, because IP video is very important for all modern surveillance. It enables remote monitoring, remote storage, video analytics servers, be on-site or off-site. So IP video is extremely powerful and valuable for surveillance. However, IP video is an ineffective camera interface technology. I'll say it again. IP video is a great system integration technology for surveillance, but IP video is not a cost-effective camera interface technology. So HDCCTV is an interface technology, like USB or FireWire. Well, it's like USB or HDMI or FireWire for connecting camera to monitor, or DVR to monitor, or camera to streamer. Okay, so it's not HDCCTV versus IP surveillance. It's HDCCTV camera, for example, versus IP camera. I want to make that point clear. That's the key point. And many people in our industry are a little bit vague on that. But HDCCTV cameras, either through streamers or encoders or DVRs, deliver megapixel IP video just fine, just as well as, in fact, maybe better than megapixel IP cameras. Okay, so now you're asking, what do you mean better than? Well, you already observed that HDCCTV cameras, because they do not compress the video signal leaving the camera, they exhibit no latency, immediate imaging, which is necessary for focusing cameras, controlling PTZ cameras, or just fast response to live action in an environment. Okay, so
just several minutes ago we discussed it with Andrei that the cabling is the problem, because yes, and the system is very good. I mean, they use a very good cable. It's okay.
What do you mean
you can replace the main advantage of the HDCCTV? You can replace just analog camera and use the same coaxial cable.
Yes, existing. Exactly. That's the appeal of HDCCTV.
Of course, the main idea is it's restricted by the length. But we are talking about that mainly when you use an analog video, in Russia especially, and the Ukraine also, installers use the very bad cable.
Right, cheap.
So how this will affect to the HDCCTV?
Well, the same way it affects analog. In other words,
yes, but analog you will get the video anyway.
No, that's not true. It depends. If you take a cheap cable and run it 5 kilometers,
yes.
You will not get video.
Sure, but I'm talking, for example, about several hundred meters.
Okay, let's be specific then.
Yes.
HDCCTV version 1 standard guarantees 100 meters over low-grade RG59 cable.
Low grade?
Yeah, it can be cracked, partially submerged in water. If you have good RG59, you can, in my lab, I get more than 170 meters.
170?
Yeah, but the guarantee of the standard is 100 meters today.
It's for which resolution?
720p, 1080p. Those are the formats.
Because I hear it for 720p it's 300 meters. No?
No. I see. Let me be clear. HDCCTV encompasses the HDTV formats. HDCCTV Alliance is the only organization in security that has a partnership with SMPTE, the Society of Motion Picture Television Engineers.
So different manufacturers can realize different...
Right, exactly. Manufacturer A can make 720p 30, or for Russia, 720p 25 camera. He can make 720p 50. She can make 1080p 25. Okay, now DVR must accept all.
Yes.
It does not have to record in any specific resolution, but it must accept and display any HDCCTV format. So the HDCCTV standard encompasses several pixel arrays, well, 2 pixel arrays, 720 and 1080, and several frame rates, 25, 30, and 50, 60 for the 720p. Okay, so now coming back to the distance.
Yes.
So all of these in any of these formats, HDCCTV transmits digitally over low-grade coax, guaranteed 100 meters in version 1.
Sure.
Now, with version 2.1 of the standard, we're introducing a new mode called long reach mode that has a little bit of processing on either end. There's a little bit of low cost, low latency, visually lossless processing on each end to extend the distance to 300 meters over existing coax. In fact, much guaranteed, so much more than that. Which means now it equals what you expect for analog, 300 meters.
Yes.
Also, long reach enables 100 meters over Cat 5, Cat 6.
I see.
So you can exceed what you're getting now with your IP camera installation jump.
Yes, but for the IP we have a different equipment. For example, we have HDCL or VDSL or different optics.
No, but you're getting confused again.
Fiber?
No, that's not in the bloody camera, man. So you can't plug a fiber into the back of the IP camera.
No, yes.
So we're talking about only that connection to the camera.
Yes, I'm just want to ask you a question. Is there any equipment for the HDCCTV which can extend?
Oh yeah. So we've shown it at ISC West. Genum showed a 50-meter optical fiber repeater. Several companies now have matrices that accept HDCCTV, analog, and IP.
Is this equipment have some standard, so it could be free buy from the computer company?
Yeah. The standard that we have developed is called HDCCTV. It's just like, let's say USB, right?
Yes.
Now, what's connected to USB could be a cell phone, could be a mouse, could be a hard drive, could be a projector, could be, a vibrating robot, whatever, right? Doesn't matter. The interface standard specifies the set of signals communicated over a wire. That's what an interface standard does. HDCCTV is the same. So we expect the similar kind of innovation within the HDCCTV industry that we've seen in the CCTV industry. All the products.
How about cost?
That's another advantage. See, you come back to the advantages about, well, let me complete, okay?
Yes.
So you say, how is HDCCTV better than megapixel IP camera?
Yes.
And the answer is that images are transmitted better. And a higher quality of image transmission, lower latency, so they're transmitted faster.
It's especially important for speed dome camera,
for example.
Yes.
And finally, the total cost of ownership is very low, much lower than IP camera.
Why?
Because just like CCTV camera is much lower cost than VGA IP camera in the system.
Yes.
Of course, there's a DVR, whereas you need NVR here.
Yep.
But implementing compression in each individual camera drives up the cost of the camera and is very inefficient. Whereas implementing compression collectively in a DVR to combine the resources is cost effective, especially with modern chips where you don't need one compression chip per camera anymore, right?
Yes.
Now with IP camera, you have to have one compression subsystem per camera.
Sure.
But with analog, you don't, right? You can combine in a DVR. Same with HDCCTV.